Hi, folks. Eric Carlson here. I'm running for Congress in the 1st Congressional District in Illinois. I'm coming to you from a little different setting today. I'm actually upstairs in the house instead of down in my basement office. I want to talk today about something very sensitive, um, and it affects a lot of people, and the passions that are involved lead people to make judgments and they, there's a lot of knee-jerk reactions when you talk about this subject on both sides. So I wanted to talk to you about something today, and it's about sexual assault. Now, the public mindset right now is, I know you have a lot of the Me Too movement was really big for a long time, and I agree that women who come forward with a complaint should be listened to, absolutely. And it should be investigated and things should be done properly. But to say that someone should be believed just because they came forward and made a complaint is not always the case. And each case has to be looked at an individual level. So I want to talk about a couple things. In 1994, I was accused by a woman of sexual assault, and I wound up going to a bench trial. My attorney told me to take a bench trial. During this time, a few days after my arrest, I was out on bond, and my father had a massive heart attack. I did CPR on him, but he didn't make it. So this is a very emotional topic for me, um, and there is hurt, there is anger about what happened. Um, but I need to get this out so people who are thinking about voting have all the facts. I said this at the beginning of the campaign that I will be brutally honest with you. I was charged with criminal assault, criminal sexual assault. I went to a bench trial and I was found guilty by a judge, one judge, James Schreier, at 26th in California. I was sentenced to 12 years. I did 6 years in prison, and the the facts of the case are so in depth and detailed that I can't. There's not time to go into them here. I welcome and I ask that media please reach out to me so I can do interviews and give everyone all the details. I would love to be able to tell you exactly what happened. It was a political once the charges were made, and the woman who made the charges was 29 years old at the time. I was 25. I was a Cook County Sheriff's deputy at the time. I was in the process of the Chicago police hiring, um, their process, going through hiring. I had already taken the test, been selected as well qualified, and was going through the next process. My goal was to be on the Drug Enforcement Agency that we had done some things with down in Central America when I was in the military. Um, this was something that was out of the blue. This woman came up to me in a bar, approached me on St. Patrick's Day at Southside Irish Parade, um, kissed me in the bar, asked me to leave the bar, um, asked me to use a condom when we did have sex, and that was in the front seat of the one and only new car I ever had, a 1994 Camaro. So you just to know the logistics of it. But the thing is that I don't blame this woman, because knowing what I know now and people I've talked to, I believe she had mental health issues. She claimed at trial that she was a 29-year-old virgin. Again, I'm sorry that I get emotional thinking about this, because I can't walk through it without seeing every step and how it played out. And this hurt my family terribly. It destroyed my life, which is another reason that I'm doing this and I'm running, because there's a lot of people out there, and um, especially in the black community, that know this. They know how corrupt the system is. They know how, it's not just black people that get screwed over. There's a lot of people on both sides. And I know that women out there might look at this and say, well, she was assaulted, so why would she make that claim? Well, people say things for different reasons. this woman happened to go back in the bar after she asked me to take her back there, and she was confronted by her sister who wanted to know where she went. And rather than say, "Hey, I went out with this guy, and we had sex," she said nothing. I don't want to. I don't want to hear about it. I don't want to talk about it. Sorry, that's my dog. Hold on. I apologize for that. My dog saw the neighbor's dog. But back to the topic here. I know that there are a lot of women out there who are gonna they're automatically gonna think that I'm guilty. I was found guilty by, again, one person in a bench trial, and the people who testified against me were this woman's cousin and sister who were at the bar, who never met me, who weren't there. As I started to say, when she walked back in the bar, her sister asked her, what happened with that guy that you left with? And she just said, "I don't want to talk about it." Now, this is a woman who claimed to be a 29-year-old virgin, and she had just gone and had sexual relations with a man in his car. Obviously, she had a reputation to uphold with her family. The next day at the police station, when she came in there, her statement to the police was, "I'm a good Catholic girl. I wouldn't do something like this." It's like I said, this case is so complicated. I absolutely did not sexually assault this woman, and I can prove it. If anybody out there, and I ask the media, please contact me. Please contact me and get in touch with me, and I will give you all the names, the backstory, and I will sit down across from any of these people involved in this case, any of these people, and I will tell you exactly what happened and call them out on their lies. And again, this is not about not believing women. This is my case, my particular case. There was 2 people in that car that night. Only the 2 of us know what happened. What I've said all along is my statement has not changed. From telling the police, an investigator for the state's attorney before I was arrested, and then I took the stand in my own defense at trial. And the Judge James Schreier, who, quote, people said had a problem with sex cases. My attorney at the time, because of the death of my father, we had set up another appointment to go see another attorney. I had to give the case to this attorney because I was busy making funeral arrangements for my father. He was the one who decided to take this to a bench trial, and I've saved this. You can see it's yellowed here, but if you can read that, this is Judge drops rape conviction of man freed by DNA test. Now, this man's name is Richard Johnson, and he was convicted in 1992 in a bench trial by the same judge I had. So to say that this judge does not have a history of convicting people wrongfully, this man was not even in the state at the time, and this judge found him guilty, Judge James Schreier. I don't know how many more people that he's found guilty, wrongfully convicted. If you look, Cook County, Illinois is number 1 in the nation in wrongful convictions. Number 1, any county in this country. That is factual. It happens here. Like I said, I was a Cook County Sheriff's deputy. I know the behind the scenes, and if you don't know how the system works here, the political pressure, when this woman's cousin who testified walked into the police station and said, "I'm Mayor Daley's press secretary. What are we going to do about this?" That was it. I had a Chicago police lieutenant was there, heard what was going on, walked up to me while I was waiting to find out what was going to happen, and say to me, "Kid, you're getting fucked." That's what he said to me. Again, this is very, very painful for me, but part of the reason that I'm running is because of the corruption at all levels in government, especially the court system and the justice system here. You had the Chicago police that, because of the connections to the Daley family, who Daley was the mayor at the time. His previous post, just a few previous office that he held just a few years before, was state's attorney at Cook County. So all the people involved in this in the state's attorney's office were either hired, promoted, or placed in their position by Richard M. Daley. If you don't know how it works in Chicago, you had a Veneco case in 2004, I believe. Mayor Daley's cousin killed a kid, punched him in the head. He fell backwards, hit his head, and wound up dying. Wasn't even charged with a crime. Once the police found out who he was, they covered it up. He was never even charged with a crime. Finally, after 8 years of investigation by a reporter, brought it to light. They brought him in. They indicted him for manslaughter. He did 60 days in jail for killing someone. So for the people who doubt this, I just wish that you would look at this with an open mind. Please ask me any questions you want. Like I said, I will give anyone all the details. I don't have the time to go into it here. And again, I've tried to do this video a couple times over the last couple days, and I actually, it was too hard for me to do. I tried to do a detailed step-by-step, and it was just too emotional for me. So if you don't believe that it happens, it happens. And this is just the two that I know about. It happens all the time in Cook County, and anytime you put someone's life and a decision like that in the hands of one person, that person had better not be politically connected, which this was a Democrat judge in a Democrat city that is beholden to the Democrat Party to maintain his office. Think about that. If that's not a conflict of interest, and I know this is painful on both sides. This is painful for the people. And I said, I don't blame this woman, because her testimony on the stand was when she got there, her sister physically started shaking her, grabbed her by the shoulders and said, "What happened? What did he do to you?" When she said she didn't want to talk about having left the bar with a man. Her sister physically shook her and said, "What did he do to you? What did he do to you?" She blurted out, "He raped me." And then her cousin, who was Mayor Daley's press secretary, joined them. And they decided, the sister and the cousin, decided to take her to the hospital and report it to the police. The woman's testimony was that while she was driving to the hospital, she kept asking her sister and her cousin, "Just forget about it. Let's just go home." Now, some people will tell you that that's a victim being too traumatized to go through. And I would argue that absolutely not. Her actions, everything she did up until that moment, in my presence with me in the car, everything she said to me absolutely did not go to that. So my viewpoint is that when she was driving in that car and she said that to them, she realized that she blurted something out and it was getting out of hand. It was out of her control now. Her sister and her cousin took that ball and ran with it. And as I said, this destroyed my life. The biggest part that hurts me is that anyone who knows me, at my trial, I had 500 letters of character reference as a 25-year-old man from police, clergy, current and former military members, people who knew my family and me from the time I was born. They absolutely know that I am not a person who assaults women. I don't raise my hand to women. I've done everything in my life to serve the community, serve this country, help people. As I say, I run 2 nonprofits right now. And some people are worried what effect it will have on the nonprofits that I reveal this. Well, this is the truth. This is what happened in my life. And I wish it had never happened. I wish I had never left the bar with this woman when she grabbed my hand and pulled me out of the bar. But this is where I'm at, and this is my life. And I'm 53 years old now. This happened when I was 25. Um, I've lived with this. I live with it every day. Uh, it's heavy. It's heavy on me. And this is actually, hopefully, this will help me personally getting this out there to people because I've never hid it from anybody. And everybody I've told since I've been out of prison, everyone I've told and explained the details to knows what happened. The trial transcripts are out there. They're publicly available. You can get them and look them up. Again, I ask that media people please reach out to me. At the very least, outside of the campaign, I would like someone to help me get my life back. If you don't know what the legal system is like, and especially in the state of Illinois, if you are convicted, once you're in the system, there is no recourse. No matter what they tell you, you're in the system. Nobody wants to hear anything you have to say, um, and especially in Cook County. Now, I've tried every avenue to get people to look at this. I've gone back to the Cook County State's attorney. I've written several letters to governors while I was locked in. Of course, it's a Democrat state. Nobody wants to hear it because once they hear Mayor Daley's name, they're all tied in together. The Daleys, the Madigans, the Strogers, all these people, Quinn, who was our governor before, all these people are from the same Chicago clique, uh, and they're going to protect their own. They're going to protect their power, which is the problem, which is a big reason I'm running also, is the corruption, the way these people destroy people's lives, and they don't care. They are, and this is what you're seeing in Washington too. These people don't care about the everyday people. They will step on whoever they have to step on to keep power. And if anybody questions it, I wrote a letter to Kim Fox's office when she first got elected because she had a conviction integrity unit that said they would look at any wrongful convictions and everything. Well, I sent it to them with the details, and I got a letter back stating that we didn't find anything worth looking at. Well, again, you're not going to get anyone to look at this. And like in the Veneco case, I would ask that someone from the media please look into this so I can get my life back. I'll be going back to making my regular videos about the issues and stuff, but I wanted to get this out there. Not because I'm afraid of it. I'm not. Absolutely not. I can defend myself on this. Anything you want to ask me on it, I will give more than welcome, you know, to come and ask for an explanation, and I will tell you everything about it. And for the people out there who might think that you think I'm a bad person or something, you need to ask the people who know me. Um, Ask the people who know me, and if you're thinking about this, if you're a mother out there, think about your sons. If a woman made an accusation like this against one of your sons and you knew that your son was innocent, that's it for now. Like I said, I'll be back to the issues and topics and everything, but I wanted everybody to have a chance to weigh in on this and know everything about me. Like I said, I am honest, I am brutally honest, and I won't hide anything from you. So, thank you.